you guys. Ooh. We're back. Can you hear me? All right, great. Hey, you guys, it's your girl Toneen, and you are currently listening to Stay on Top of It podcast. I am here by myself today, and mainly to talk about like how life is going, and if you guys are in my season where God is just like trying to train you to be patient, trust the process, and just like stay positive through the whole thing. That's kind of what we're going to talk about, okay? So, as you can see, we're currently at the bakery in this beautiful podcast studio, and I'm just so grateful to be alive. Let's start with that. Oh, shout out to 12330. We love that. All those girls who are trying to be fit like me, we are doing the treadmill walk, okay? Because we're not lazy, but because we're putting in the work. However, it's a process. And if you're like me and you're just kind of like, yo, it's taking longer, like what to do, okay, let's talk about if you decided to quit your job and pursue this entrepreneur lifestyle. What is really like? What is it really like? What is really like in your 20s pursuing the social media content? It's like so weird because I'm surrounding myself around very successful people who are doing it, who is enjoying it and living it greatly. For me, I've been doing it for a minute, okay? And I really want to like tap into it deeper. When I mean deeper, I mean like actually be partnered up with brands and go further than what I've used to do. I used to just do quick promo, right? So you cut a check, cut a deal with them real fast, and like, hey, maybe you did a week or 2 weeks or a month promo, you know. However, I really want to take it deeper and understand the background of all of this. So I've been surrounding myself with a lot of people who've been in the business for a minute, who's still growing themselves, but they have way more knowledge than I do. And it has been so helpful. So I guess that's my number one advice. If you guys are in this pivot year season like me, shout out to Brianna West who wrote the book, The Pivot Year. If you haven't read it, y'all, get it today because she did it, like where she set it up, and it's just small bits and pieces of like advice of you are capable of it. You've already been that girl, or like we always feel like we're becoming her. Shout out to my magazine, Becoming Her. But like sometimes we feel like we're becoming her and or him and not realize that we've already all along been that person. We have always been that person who's been motivating, who's been kind, who has been sweet, who's been a hard worker. Like you've always been that person. It's just time for you to actually showcase the world who you really are. And I feel like so often we're afraid of actually letting that light shine. You know, I've been to so many conferences and I feel like it doesn't matter how many more I still attend. Sometimes they're still like, oh my gosh, am I doing this right? Am I saying it right? Am I fitting in? Or am I standing out too much? Like, you know, saying beginning in your head, trying to drop nuggets and seeds in your head, trying to plant them, but don't let them grow. Do not water them. You are better and capable of achieving everything that God has already ordained you to receive. So let's keep that in mind. Y'all, I love listening to Woman Evolve podcast with Sarah Jakes Roberts. And it's so crazy because now I'm doing a podcast and it's like, it is so true when people say that the things you watch, like the people you surround yourself around, the things you watch, the things you consume in your body, and this is whether it's food or like TV or news and the books you read, you literally become that person. Literally. I'm becoming her now. And you know, I've always probably been an entrepreneur girl. But for it to actually evolve into it, it's like, wow. I've been training myself all along to be this person. You know, so let's talk about finances because no one ever wants to talk about it, and your girl ain't living her rich life out here, okay? We are living you know that TikTok or the Instagram reel that would be like, I'm not broke, but we like a broke bougie. You know what I mean? We still look good on a budget. You know what I mean? That's the lifestyle that I'm living right now. And, to actually own up to it is like, I feel good. I feel relieved. I feel like got something off my shoulder, okay? But yeah, so let's stay on top of it. How do we stay on top of it? Okay, one thing I've noticed is when I was making a lot of money coming in, I felt like I was just living frugally. I don't know what that word is. Basically like free. I was spending when I want, doing what I want, nah. And I literally did try, but it's not until you have to do it till you actually implement it. I feel like the same with our health. It's not until you actually get sick, then that's when it's like, yo, let me get my life together. Or when you actually in a break up and you've been missing all the red flags all this time, and it's like now all of a sudden you actually care. No, 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 no. Let's stop it before we get there. So let's be preventative before we react. And I feel like so often we don't have that mentality. Am I guilty of it? Absolutely. I'm human. This is what we do. That's why we have a Stay on Top of It podcast. Okay? Let's be team toppers over here where we stay on top of all of our junk, because y'all, it's a lot of stuff we have to manage, especially being an entrepreneur. You do everything yourself. Like setting up, who did all this? I did. Praise the Lord that he gave me the strength to do it, because it's frustrating. Okay? When you are in a pivot season, it's frustrating. You're literally walking in the unknown. And I don't blame Peter for walking on water and then all of a sudden like worrying and doubting and start to drown. Because we all have those moments. I call them episodes. When you have episodes, it could be a mental breakdown. It could just be like you want to vent. And I'm so grateful for all the people in my life. Thank you so much for constantly listening to me, because let's be real, I'm a girl with emotions, and when we on that time of season, you just be worse, okay? If you a girl, let me know. Can you relate? Okay, but on the other side, we can't let our emotions control the way our actions are, okay? I'm guilty of it. Let's be real. I made some bad decisions and it's hurt some people. Of course, you can apologize, but hey, your actions speak louder than words. So, in your season where you're being patient, do not burn bridges. Do not burn them. I'm trying to warn you right now. Y'all, try to amend. I thought that, hey, just getting up, quitting my 9 to 5, I wasn't impacting anyone. And it wasn't until I left that I realized I was impacting a lot of people. Y'all, it's gonna make me cry. But, cause I am a healthcare worker, and I didn't realize all the lives I touched and all the phone calls and just me being kind to people and talking to them on a day-to-day basis, how much they look forward to that. And now that I left, it's like, do I miss the workload? No. But the genuine relationships I built with people, and I feel like we don't realize that we're all human, we're all going through our own stuff. So don't beat people up or beat yourself up. I feel as though we have to get out of the idea we don't all know everything. That's why we have to go seek our creator. Shout out to Jesus and God, okay, for giving us a manual on here on earth, because if we didn't have a biblical instruction on how to live on earth, yeah, we would be worse than we are today. Let's be real. But yeah, so that's just kind of it. I know this isn't a very well structured talk. I just wanted to come on live because also when you are in a pivot season and you're trying to figure out what you do, job searching. Okay, let's talk about job searching. Job searching is so interesting. Why? Because there's so many options out there, so many rules, so many descriptions, and you're gonna get a lot of no's. But all that matters is that one yes, right? However, I have received a lot of yeses. The issue is, do I want to do the work? Do I like the hours? And should we be picky? That's another question. Like, should we actually be picky, or should we just take whatever? And it's a mix. Like, if you're like me, I used to just take whatever, and that's how I worked up all the way to the corporate ladder. But then I got to the top and I was like, this ain't it. This is not what I want. I want more. I need more. I need to become more. and I need to push myself harder. But pushing yourself harder, so like I said, be careful what you ask for, because God will do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think of. Okay, he's going to do it whether you ask for it or not. But like, if you really ask him for it and you've been praying for it, he's going to do it. He's going to have you out here in these streets like how he's got me, and you're just like, okay, God, where you at? What we doing? What's going on? Okay, so what I'm going to just say is trust and believe that you will receive what you ask for. And I am asking for specifics, especially when it comes to jobs. You know, when I first started, I just, you're out of college, you're just desperate, you want money, you've been broke all your life, and you're like, I want to grind. And that's exactly what I did. I was getting jobs left and right, but I wasn't managing very well. Okay, and so I feel as though we don't, and this is gonna have to be a part two, but like when we're managing, we really have to just focus on what our goals are. I feel like me, I was just doing stuff without no goals. Like, I go to the gym, before I got a trainer, shout out to Chester, great trainer. I'll link his info down below. So if you're in Atlanta and you need a trainer, hit up my guy. Well, actually don't, because he's mine, but you can come join our workout class. I won't be stingy, but if you start picking up all the work hours, no, I'm just kidding. Come join us. We have a great time. We have a blast. Anyway, yeah, I just feel as though, I lost my train of thought. Okay, same with training. When you have goals and they're not specific and they're literally, like me, yeah, I have a goal. I'm going to go to the gym. To do what? To gain what? What do you want from it? What's the outcome? So, same with jobs. Even in relationships, that's another thing. I've been just dating guys randomly and be like, oh, he gave me a shot. Like, he says you're cute. Let me talk to them. Let's be specific of what we want. Write down what you want, and this is job, your career, your goal, everything. Write it down. And I now understand what God says. Write it down, make it plain. And I'm going to have to go back and do this, y'all. Literally, I'm going to have to go back and do this because this is some good advice. Who's taking notes? Because I need to know. This is great therapy for me. I don't know if you guys know, but get a podcast because we all need great therapy, and this is it. Because my friends just listen. That's all they do. And I feel like, too, let's stay consistent. For me, staying committed and not rushing. Okay, let's talk about it, too. So when I'm in the job search, a better job, like an offer comes, and I'm like, this is amazing. I want to take it, right? But it's out of alignment of what I actually asked for. Don't stop your boundary and to just receive it. You know what I mean? Because that's what Satan wants you to do. He's going to give you a shiny piece of object, and he wants you to just take it. But don't settle. You are worth more. You know what you want, and you're going to demand more. Okay? So that's just, piece of tip. That's all I got to say, y'all. On that note, we are going to go join the bakery because they're having a live marketing advice. I'm going to keep you guys rolling. I'm probably going to start another live because this was the podcast live. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm enjoying lives. It's so much easier. Doesn't stress me out with editing. Eventually, I will get high tech and start editing my content. But look, you got to start somewhere. That's another thing. If you are saying you broke and you need, y'all, the one thing I've learned is that everything has a solution. You just have to search for it. Okay? There's diamonds in the earth. You just gotta search for it. They're not just gonna be out here looking like decoration. Ooh, la la la. No. They're buried deep. Why? Because you have to go through the fire. You have to dig deep. You're gonna have to. You gotta get rooted, man. You gotta get rooted. That's all I gotta say. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so looking forward to more talks with Toneen on the Topic Twins channel. If you guys don't know who we are basically the Brown sisters. It's Toneen, me, Tania, who's in Alabama, and Tylene, who's the younger sister. And we all come on here and we should share our lives, because why not? We live in a day and age where everyone's nosy. And mean, we're brown nosers. That's why our last name is Brown. Period. But we are a child of God. We everything about Christian faith, inspiration, motivation. When it comes to health and wellness, we're all for it. We're all about beauty. We're all about just living your best life and staying on top of it all, from your finances to your mental health to your spiritual health, because we know if one part is unbalanced, your whole life is literally unraveling. Okay, so we don't need holes in our cup. We got to stay full so we can pour into other people. That's how we stay on top. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm looking forward to all of the great content and all the great comments. You know, be nice to me in the comments. Let's be besties. Follow me on Instagram at infinite_Toneen and at Topic Twins. Y'all check out my magazine, because now your girl is a president. Y'all, I was on a billboard. I'm moving up in the world. I would have never dreamed that would have been possible. But I'm on a billboard here in Atlanta, Georgia, at Georgia State campus. So check us out, Becoming Her magazine. Shout out to Crystal and, oh shoot, I went blank, y'all. Shout out to my editors. Y'all are absolutely amazing. Don't fault me for, y'all, I went blank. But yeah, shout out to y'all. Y'all are absolutely amazing for giving me the opportunity. And Media Girls Network, tune in if you're here in Atlanta. We got some great events coming out. Yo, I sound like a radio host. Okay, that's enough. See, this is why people need to edit stuff out, but we're live, so you get the raw meat. Love y'all so much. I love you, but Jesus loves you way, way more. Eventually, I'll start to rehearse this, so it won't be as bad. Stay on top. Pray out. Bye. Y'all, this was fun. This was fun.